Alright everybody, this is Gardening Warrior. We are back in the cute kitchen with another week of the Three Rivers Homestead Pantry Challenge. And this will be starting on week 3, January 18th. And what we have going on here is a new version that we're trying of the one pot spaghetti. So what I did was I put my 1 can of spaghetti sauce. This is just something we had donated to us. And it is the Hunt's Garlic and Herb. It's 24 ounces. So I put this, 24 ounces, and 2 whole fills of water. So that's 24, 48, and 72 ounces total of liquid. I brought it to a boil and I put 1 pound of spaghetti noodles in there, and it's been boiling for 7 minutes, so it's almost ready to add the rest of the items in there. I also put a half a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of ground black pepper, an entire tablespoon of my Kinders. If y'all can find this wood-fired garlic, this is awesome in everything. Sauces, burgers, meatloaves. It's magnificent. And then I also added a tablespoon of my Italian seasoning, a tablespoon of my minced onion, because we like onion, another tablespoon of just regular granulated garlic, because we really like garlic, and a half a tablespoon of crushed red pepper. And now we are ready to add the rest of our ingredients to our sauce. Taste it, make sure you don't need to add anything, you know how it goes. Add to your heart's content. But the noodles are looking al dente. And as soon as they look just al dente, you want to add the rest of your sauce ingredients. Now, what is that? That is 14.5 ounces of fire-roasted diced tomatoes. Yum. And an entire 12-ounce can of tomato paste. And I thought I was grabbing something else. I will be right back. Oh, excuse me. No. I got that right. Another 15 ounces of tomato sauce. Very important. Once your noodles reach al dente, you want to lower your heat to very low simmer so they don't become mush. Oh my goodness, I wish you could taste and smell this sauce. It's so magnificent. Now, we're going to let it just heat through, and it's really, really heated, the sauce. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it off and let it sit for just a few minutes, because we did not drain the pasta, and we just cooked it in the sauce. It's going to actually use the starch from the pasta itself to thicken the sauce, which is what you want. That's why you want to stir it and let it sit for about 3 to 5 minutes. I'll be back. Oh my goodness, that is so delicious. Nice and thick, and just the flavors are just spot on with the sauce. It is so magnificent. Alrighty, let's get to trying it. I said the flavors are spot on with the sauce because I've already tasted it with just the sauce, not the noodles. Because I just, you have to make sure that all the flavors are perfect, and you don't need to add any more seasonings. You know how it goes. Oh, it is so good. Alright, that's what's for dinner. Day 1 of week 3 of the Three Rivers Pantry Challenge. I'll see you in the next meal. All right, welcome back to week 2 of the Three Rivers Homestead Pantry Challenge. And I was just thinking, y'all probably think we eat a lot of pasta. We do eat a lot of pasta as a base. We almost every week we have spaghetti or lasagna or some type of Alfredo, and then we put meat with it and we put vegetables with it. So it's not that we're eating just a lot of pasta. We do. However, we have other things, proteins and vegetables that go with it. So I just wanted to explain that to you because I was looking at week 1 and I'm like, oh, these people are going to think that all I eat, or all I feed my children, is spaghetti with tomato sauce or Alfredo sauce. And that's not it. They do have vegetables and a meat that we eat on the sides, and I usually prepare those and then let them pick, you know, if they want beef or if they want chicken or what they want. So we just finished the 18th with our spaghetti and our delicious, magnificent sauce, one pot spaghetti. And I had a little extra sauce, so I made another pound of spaghetti. Put half of the spaghetti in with the red sauce to make it a little more substantial, shall we say, because I ate 2 bowls, and Maggie ate a big bowl, and so did Owl. So there was hardly any pasta left in there, just a bunch of sauce. So I made another pound of spaghetti noodles to put into the sauce that we already had. And that left me with another, like, half a pound of spaghetti. So what I'm going to do now is make the Alfredo. And I'll show you what we're going to do differently this week than we did last week. First off, we are going to start with 22 ounces of Alfredo sauce. Now, I'm going to also make some stuffed shells with this sauce. So I've only used half of the 22 ounce sauce. And now I'm going to add some of the pasta water back into it. To help it get a little saucy. We are not going to put that into there. This will be cooled off before we add it to this for the stuffed shells. But if you do that right now with as hot as it is, and then I stick it in the fridge, it's going to be just a disgusting mess. So the next thing we're going to do is use these sun-dried tomatoes in the oil and put them into that pan. Just half of the jar, not the entire jar. Oh, they are so beautiful. Now, as you can see, I barely put any of that oil, but I want some of it in there just to add to the flavor. And now we're going to add some half a tablespoon of garlic, granulated garlic, and a half a tablespoon of minced onion. I take that back. I forgot this is only a half a pound. So it's only 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, 1 teaspoon of granulated garlic, and 1 teaspoon of minced onions. And that is what that looks like. And now we're going to mix it all up. Perfection. Very nice. Alright, that's probably only enough for like 2 of my meal containers, but that's okay. Now I'm going to add the tablespoon of Italian, tablespoon of granulated garlic, and tablespoon of minced onion to my Alfredo sauce, and a half a cup of milk, and shake it around. Half a teaspoon of minced onion. Half a tablespoon of my wood-fired garlic, and half a tablespoon of the Italian seasoning. Now we're going to add 3 tablespoons, which is 1/8 cup of the milk and mix it. Have yourself a little tasty taste to make sure it's good, and if you need to add anything, add it. Mine's perfect. Now I'm going to add the rest of my julienne sun-dried tomatoes and oil to this mix. Let it sit overnight, and then we'll do our stuffed shells tomorrow. Alright, so I only added half a tablespoon of my sun-dried tomatoes in the oil. Just a little bit of oil, whatever came out. And now we have the rest for another recipe. Alrighty, let's shake it up. Had a little tasty taste. Tastes perfect. We're going to stick this in the fridge and let it get all married together for tomorrow. And I'm going to take out the cheese filling that I need out of the freezer. That was in the other inventory that I did earlier. I'll put that link to that video down below for the corner 3 of the 4 corners, which is our freezers. And that's all for right now. I'll be back later, well, in a few minutes for you, when we do our stuffed shells. Alright, so we are now back with week 2, the second full week of the 3 Rivers Pantry Challenge. And this is actually starting on the 18th. I think I said the 19th, but it's actually the 18th. Because we start ours on a Sunday. And so this is the spaghetti we made earlier. This is the maple brown sugar overnight oats. It's a little thin. I may have to add some more oats to it. This is the first batch I made. I already had some of this. It's really tasty. It is a little soupy, but like I said, we heat ours up. We don't eat ours cold. So once we heat it up, it kind of, all the extra soupiness goes away. Another side that we have now is our turmeric yellow rice. And I've got 2 containers of that, so that'll be a side. This is the same turmeric rice with teriyaki chicken. This is actually a concoction made by Owl. This was actually her rice ramen. She added some shredded cheese and some oriental vegetable mix. And I've got 3 of those. So that's an interesting concoction for Owl. Yeah. This is Mommy's concoction. It's chicken broth with the rice ramen noodles and the same oriental veggie mix. But mine's more like a soup because that's the way I like it, not with cheese like that. Anyways, so this is our Alfredo mix. It's in a few clips ahead. In the same video. This is my Alfredo sauce that I made in the jar. And this is the extra pasta water from the second batch of pasta that I made. Let's see what's over here. Oh, this is some Alfredo with chicken. And it's canned chicken, home canned chicken that's in this Alfredo. And the same kind of sauce mix. I usually use these jarred sauces, the Alfredos, and then I add different things to it. This one just so happens to be chicken and garlic, and I think a little bit of Italian seasoning as well. I only have one of those left. And then we have, what's in here? I don't even remember. Oh, yes. One thing of, that was a meatloaf, the hard-boiled green beans, and some mashed potatoes. Yes, mashed potatoes. And there's only one of those. I have to look. I need to label these, and then we'll make a menu, and I'll show you that at the end. This is the cream cheese with the marmalade that I'm going to be making stuffed French toast with tomorrow. to go with the overnight oats. And I also have some chia pudding in the fridge. And that should pretty much keep us from the 18th, which is Sunday, January 18th, through at least the 21st, I hope. I also have some ham and cheese, 2 loaves of ham and cheese sandwiches made. And what I usually do with that is put butter on it and make grilled cheese and ham and cheese. So that's usually what we do for lunch. I also have some uncured turkey bacon that I took out, and we'll probably put that on some of the brown bread I have left that I took out of the freezer, and make some eggs and have some bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches. I also took out some rear roast beef, and so I'm going to make something with that. So that'll be the next clip that you see, will be the bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches and the roast beef, probably over, I might do that and then put it over the rice. I don't know. You never know with me. I never know with me. But it'll be in the end of this clip. I'll see you in a few seconds. Alright, so this is our menu for week 2 of the Three Rivers Pantry Challenge. We have cheesy ramen and veggies, which is number 1. Number 2 is the chicken Alfredo. 3 is chicken teriyaki with rice. 4 is just yellow rice. 5 is meatloaf, green beans, and potatoes. 6 is the cream cheese with orange marmalade. 7 is the maple and brown sugar oatmeal. If I say overnight oats, the kids won't eat it. I don't know why. Number 8 is sun-dried tomato Alfredo pasta. And number 9 is the ramen with veggies. And of course, there's number 10, which is our big bowl of spaghetti. And this is what our beautiful refrigerator looks like before my children get a hold of it. That's the second row where all the prepared food is. There's also the ham and cheese sandwiches down there and our eggs. There's also our fruit and cheese and meat. And of course all the sides are the condiments. Alright. And that again is week 2 of the Three Rivers Challenge. And we'll see you in the next one, which should be on Thursday or Friday. I'm not really sure. It depends on how fast the kids eat through all this food. Alright, bye.